two, one.
Okay, I'm gonna start with this camera. Hi, with me is a guest who's an actress who starred in Bungsu Story and now Kitani.
It's a dangerous world out there, Ilyas. I know it seems safe when the junkets hibernate in the morning. That we're safe behind these concrete walls. Remember, I can't keep you safe forever.
And she's also one of my good friends. Her name is Safarah. Welcome, Safarah. Well, open there. Hey, let's go. Alright. Great intro. So yeah, before we start, how are you? How's life?
I'm good, actually. Yeah, never better.
Alright.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm good. I'm very good, very happy now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can talk about that later. Okay. First question. I mentioned Bungsu Story. A lot of people know you from Bungsu Story. People know you as Safarah from Bungsu Story.
Yes.
How did you get casted? What was the experience?
I actually auditioned for the role. Funny story, I didn't actually want to audition. My friend Akila Ali was the one who was supposed to audition. She brought me there. I was supposed to be her like a company lah saja.
Her PA, basically.
Yeah, basically. And then she told me in the jadi audition, and then she's like,
wait, so Akila in the jadi audition?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
What?
She didn't, and then
Why didn't she want to?
I think she was really, really nervous. Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, she was really nervous, and then
Shout out to Akila Ali though. Nice person.
And then I just went in. I was like, "But okay lah, I'll audition for you and stuff like that." And then I did, and then long story short, I got the part.
So you auditioned for Akila Ali?
Basically.
Akila Ali, starring Akila Ali and Safarah. So apa? Tapi wait. So why? So you never really you weren't even interested in acting? Or were you already a theatre actor before that?
Yeah, I was a stage actor ever since I was like 13 onwards. Like when I was in year 9 onwards lah. Yeah, when I was in high school, I joined Seats Brunei. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, I joined Seats Brunei ever since I was like a teenager. That's where I learned all my basic acting skills, like how, all that.
Tapi why didn't you want to audition for Bungsu Story?
To be honest, I didn't really hear about it myself. I didn't know there was an audition. I don't know what the Bungsu Story was about. I didn't know who Filterworks was really.
And 10% Filterworks. Love you, Akil. Love
but
you, Dan.
I mean, I knew them personally because most of the people from Filterworks were also from Seats Brunei. So yeah, that's it.
Tapi yeah, how was the experience? Bungsu Story. So after you got casted,
it was very exciting. Like it was definitely a different experience from stage acting because stage it's just if you act and then you go, that's it. You know, there's no take backs. You can't take anything back. But when it comes to acting, you can fix it. Like if you mess up a line, then you can like reshoot it. But then when you get on stage, that's it. You see the audience and then you just go. You know, so it's pretty nerve-wracking. But then the difference between acting, film acting, I feel like you get as tired as stage acting because you know you have to redo takes or there's different angles. You know, the same scene but different angles. So I didn't know that before. I was like, oh, this is how it works.
Yeah. You kind of expect them to have more than one camera like this.
Yeah, I thought it was like that. But then, you know, in reality, actually, like, not a lot of productions are like that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting.
Which one would you prefer if you could choose one? If you had the opportunity to do a stage acting kind of a big scale, kind of like, I guess Relentless is the biggest in Brunei, isn't it? And also, I guess film and also an equally big production. And you're both leads in that. You get both offers and it's the same time in the production time. Which one would you choose? Same character for some reason. Everything's the same.
Can't pick. They're both.
Both strong scripts as well. One is written by me.
There's a different kind of satisfaction for me personally when you act on stage, because I feel like you're more connected to the audience. And there's a different macam kind of exhilaration.
Wow, words, Wafi. Let's go. Look it up. What does exhilaration means?
There's a different kind of exhilaration when like you're done saying your line and then the audience like applaud you, like woo, you know,
or
and then
your
ego is boosted in that way.
Yeah.
But I feel like personally now,
Wafi, what? Exhilaration doesn't exist, the word.
Damn,
Safarah is just adding words, bruh.
Oops.
I doubt it. I don't know. I guess. That's whatever. Okay, go on.
But I think right for now, I prefer film acting. Yeah.
Why?
It's been a while since I've acted on stage, and I think it takes a different kind of mental energy when you're preparing to act on stage. I think it's different because that's like literally your whole body needs to be 3 times larger than life. You know what I mean? Like when you act on stage, you need to project 10 times more than how you would project. But in film, you can just like talk like this, and
it's
then,
more realistic in a way.
The camera's gonna get it anyway.
Yeah.
But that's why I what I mean by you need to be mentally prepared, like if you want to act on stage. And I feel like it takes a while for me to get there. So I think right now I prefer film acting.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, because for me, when I was directing Kitani, as you know, most like 90% of them were stage actors. So one problem was trying to make them
tone down a bit.
There's a lot of kamu kemana?
Even I feel like for me personally, when I first joined Kitani, I was like, oh, this is a bit different, you know. Even for Bungsu Story, the first few times they had to tell me, oh, you need to tone it down a bit, like, because you don't really need to project it that much or show that much, you know, on camera. And I was like, oh, okay.
The before you, when we were rehearsing, like not trying to blow your trumpet. I'm not trying to blow your trumpet.
Is it blow your own horn?
I think it's both.
Someone needs to Google
trumpet
this.
And horn is the bro. It's not gonna exist here. So yeah, basically, like I keep telling you, which I'm like, oh, can you help me with this person's acting? Which I'm like, for example, okay, this is, people don't know this. Tipi, who's one of the actresses, she's 17 at the time. She was kind of new still, and whenever she talks, she was like, where were you doing? You know? And I was telling you to
theatrical.
To help her with that. Okay. Still on the topic of Bungsu Story. The experience of filming. Sekanya, after that is, you want to talk about the experience of filming Bungsu Story, or are you done with that?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, very nice.
I already explained it.
Yeah, I know. Tapi the Busan Awards. So you guys, Wafi, can you pull that up? Hey, Wafi, let's go. Yeah, so basically you guys got into an First Asia Content Awards. Yep. Very nice, Wafi. You and Adinaville, we love you too. That's kind of cool. How was the experience? And then
it was
for Bungsu Story, you guys got nominated.
It was a pretty exciting news. One day we got an email. And
Do you expect that? Do you expect it?
No, we didn't, because at that time it was already like either a year or 2 years passed since we filmed Bungsu Story, and then suddenly we got that news like, oh hey, we want you to come to Korea, Busan, for this Busan Film Festival. Busan Film International Festival, I think, BIF. And then under that, they have like a mini festival, which is the First Asia Content Awards, which is their first time hosting it. And then basically all the Asian countries coming there, showcasing their films or series. And then we were nominated for Best Asian Content Drama Award, I think.
Okay.
Somewhere along the line. Best Asian Drama.
Best Asian Drama.
We were pretty excited.
So you guys were flown over there?
For a week we had to go to Busan, and then the whole process was very new and exciting. We had to prepare for everything, including like what baju are we gonna wear, and then they were saying like there was a literal red carpet, which was like, what?
Yeah,
a red carpet?
Legit. And having like little like paparazzi people taking
and
photos as well.
the baju that I wore, I think as well, I was like, oh, how can I bring?
Is it sponsored? Is that like?
Yeah, it was.
Oh my god, the baju pun sponsored.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was deciding. I was thinking, how can I bring Brunei back home with me here in Korea to represent Brunei? Because after all, we were representing Brunei. So yeah, I wore a baju kebaya, something that we would wear for Hari Raya.
Oh shit! Atau baju kurung.
Yeah, baju kurung kind
What's
of thing.
kebaya?
I mean, it kind of looks like kebaya, but
I don't know what kebaya is.
Kebaya.
Daddy Nabil looks good though. Fuck.
Yeah, Nabil looks really good.
Slay king.
Yeah. It was pretty exciting because we actually got to meet the other actors and actresses from other countries.
Yeah.
And then
how old were you during this?
23.
Oh
24.
Shit.
Yeah.
Huh? Wait, how old are you now?
I'm 25 right now, right?
Oh, how are you 24 then?
Wait. That's 2019.
What? It's 20?
2019.
That's 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, 23.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense. Okay.
That's 23. Yeah.
This happened yesterday, Syafi. I see. Yeah, because I remember when this happened, I wasn't anything yet. But I was like, damn, they're going somewhere, you know. Tapi again, sadly, like Bungsu Story wasn't continued as well.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. But yeah, okay. Talking about an incomplete series that you made, let's talk about a complete series that you made, Kitani, that's unreleased. So, let's talk about why I'm bald first. The reason why I'm bald is because I have to go back to my role because we got reshoots. So, Kitani reshoots. Tapi yeah, we have reshoots this weekend. Yeah. Yep. How do you feel about the rewrites? How do you feel about Kitani in general? What do you want people to know?
When Syafi, when you approached me first about Kitani, I was like, oh, that's actually a pretty interesting concept. It was a pretty...
Tell me about how I don't even remember.
You told me, hey, like, I have this script and I have this series that I plan to shoot in mind. Like, would you be interested to play the main character?
Yeah, this was for the concept trailer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right,
and then I was like, oh, what is it about? Zombies. And I was like, what? Zombies? And then I read the script and then I was like, okay. It's actually pretty interesting. Yeah. And then I like drama that involves like familial love, which is like, you know, this female character and her brother. So I like that story, you know, between like family relationship. And then it's not just about like plainly zombies, you know. There's a story there, which I find really interesting lah. And after we actually shoot the whole thing until, you know, the 6th episode, like, you guys should really watch it.
Hopefully. Yep. Okay, I kind of wanna, Wafi, is there a way for you to find the concept trailer? Okay, go to Finder. I want to play a bit of the concept trailer. I'm sure people can watch it. Go to Syafi's art. It should be on your pen drive.
What do you want to do?
Yeah. Show me the concept trailer.
I want to get on a boat.
So yeah, here's the context, guys.
Yeah, so we can go somewhere else.
We made this on the $30 budget. I got Safarah. I got my little brother and I got Wazif. And I was like, guys, I can't pay you guys because I'm broke.
I promise.
I got $30 to my bank.
To protect us.
So it was... Yeah.
Yeah, this was the very first shoot.
Yeah. Dude. It's a lot of things that have done and it happened but didn't happen, you know?
Yeah.
Like the scene where, the scene where you and Zainal
We've come a long way.
Yeah.
From that first concept trailer.
Because that trailer kind of came from just episode 1 and I was like, this is what I kind of want to happen in episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's why, so basically, I casted you, was there, Papa? And I was like, okay, guys, I can't pay for you guys for this one, but hopefully if we get picked up by Progressive. So we sent that to Progressive, and
then they said, yeah.
Thank God, everything.
And we're doing it.
And we're doing
now
it.
we finished the whole thing.
And now we finished the whole thing, and we got reshoots this weekend. That's why this
Come a long
bald
way.
head is back. But yeah, also, you talked about the story tadi sedikit. I want to show you people the video. This is unseen footage. Yeah, I think it's that one. Tapi go to the end. Last 10 seconds kali. 10 seconds. Last 10 seconds in the end. So Safarah teared up. Okay, yeah, should be there. So yeah, you could see even Mimi and TP. Hopefully, I'm gonna cut out the audio. I don't think anyone can hear. Mana menangis? There it is. There it is. The tears.
Yeah, so yeah, I teared up for the first script read because
And what I did there was because I showed you guys episode 1 to 5, and episode 6 I was actually just unfinished, and I was like, okay, I'll save it for the table read. And yeah, it was really nice to see all you guys punya
reaction.
Yeah, apa ni? Okay, this is a question for you. Since Kitani has actually all the females in Kitani are kind of strong. So for me personally, I don't like it when films kind of put it on your face like women are strong or whatever.
Yeah, I get you.
True feminism comes from showing that women are strong. You don't have to say that I'm strong and I'm a woman. Just say that you're strong. If you need to say that you're a woman, it shows that it's still not normal for a woman to be strong, right?
Yeah, I get you.
Nobody says I'm strong and I'm a man, right? Okay. You know. So over that, as a woman and one of the few female actresses here in Brunei, do you have a sense of responsibility to portray strong female characters in films?
Yes, absolutely. Also, I like that question.
Alright. I didn't ask her that before we started filming. Tapi yeah.
Yeah, I do. It's always been my ultimate goal, actually. Like, before I even entered this whole business of acting, film industry, like I always ask myself, like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And apart from like wanting to be an advocate for, you know, just being this really comfortable actor. I don't know what to say.
It's okay, we have time.
Point. I do think about it every time, you know, like, why am I doing this? And then I would hope to inspire other people, like, hey, you know, you don't have to be a certain kind of person to act, you know. For example, like, even people like me who suffers like insecurities, for example, right? Oh, it's getting real deep, yeah? Who suffers insecurities, I feel like I feel like you know, you don't have to be super pretty or have a clear skin. If you are talented, hardworking enough and dedicated, passionate, you can go in this industry, you know. Just show them who you really are. Sell your actual self, you know what I mean? Not like the fake self that people want to see. And I feel like the more authentic you are in that sense, it will automatically, I hope, like inspire other people, like, hey, you know, if she can do it, maybe I can too. You know. So I feel like in choosing scripts as well, I like to portray or like see macam inspiring strong characters, you know. Even if it's male pun, like I would also be macam, oh, that's a good character, huh? Like, you know, with depth. So yeah, it is really important for actors out there to really pick your script well, or like, you know, portray characters that you think
kind of connects to your morals.
I think too. So even if it's like against your morals, like the way you portray it, pun macam, like what kind of message are you trying to send out to the audience? I feel,
So if there was a stereotypical female character that works in the kitchen, and then there's no, that film is very misogynistic, kirakan lah. Macam all the female does is just get jealous of the husband or whatever the fuck. If you got a script like that, would you just purely reject it, or would you try to educate the director or take your time to do that? Or do you see no point in that?
I think I wouldn't take it, but I would definitely say something about it lah. Like, hey, look,
Share your opinions.
yeah, I would, because I feel like even with you, I always like to exchange macam ideas or like questions with you, like, okay, maybe this is how you can do it, or that kind of stuff. I feel like there's been a lot of macam scandals out there, right, about like some advertisements that were bringing a lot of like heated comments from people, macam, oh, you're not supposed to portray women in that way, or you're not supposed to portray this issue in that way. I feel like that is a very, there's a fine line lah, you know, like wanting to, I guess, like at the end of the day, you really need to ask yourself, like, what are you trying to sell? What are you trying to tell the audience? And I feel like if you start questioning yourself that, then maybe you can do it better. Macam it brings back to the question of what you said, macam, would I take it or would I say something to the director? I think I would say something to the director. Macam, hey, what's your, you know, what's your motive for this ad chato or film? And then maybe I'll listen to his atuka. And then I'll say, oh, you know, but you really don't have to portray this character Shani Kale. You know, maybe you can show it in different ways. Yeah. I feel like that.
What do you think it says about people who, I know, have a few actor friends that takes literal anything for, you know, just to get a pay.
Yeah.
And then literally some of the roles are very misogynistic. Some of the roles are very much very dated mentality. Do you think what character an actor takes shows their true self, or do you think you should separate the art of the character from the actor?
Can you repeat that? What?
Basically, the question is, should you judge an actor's character, as in who they are,
as a person,
from the character they portray?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah. Oof. I didn't write that one.
I mean, really depends on the situation. I think good actors, then again, it's like, who am I to judge? Like, who's the good actor, right? But like, in my opinion, at least, like, good actors should be able to make people differentiate themselves as a person and their character. For example, like the people that would play Joker, right? Like, are they really like that in real life? Maybe not necessarily, but like, and some villains, like good actors portray, like, they're so evil, but like in real life they're not like that. So it's like to make the audience differentiate who you really are as a person and the character you play. Like, that's a huge skill for someone to have. Is that your question?
No, I think you got a point, macam. Tapi again, for the Joker, the message of the film is about like people suffer from mental health, so treat people well. You know, he became a monster because the people around him were monsters. What if the film is like, okay, imagine that misogynistic ad that you talked about.
I get you.
So macam people, the character that they take it shows like, a bit of character that they took that role.
I get you.
I don't want to say the girl, tapi to put in context,
I think
the advert was saying that girls without makeup don't get guys.
I think I get what you're trying to say.
So what does it say for that woman actor?
I think I've had this conversation with someone.
I forgot I don't have hair. I was just like, shit,
I think I've had this conversation with someone, but I don't remember what I said about it. Like, basically, this whole conversation, right? It's pretty much tricky. Like, is there a right answer to this? I don't. Maybe not. You know, like, it really depends on the person, kan jua, like. But I do understand, like, if there's a really bad script, right, or if it's some script that's really just degrading people, degrading a human being, which people would ask, like, why did that actor take that role anyway? You know, you know. But I feel like I cannot fully comprehend, or I cannot fully pinpoint why someone would, because at the end of the day, like, if that person macam just wants some experience, like you can never blame them. You know what I mean?
Right.
If
Okay,
they
that's
just want
true.
some experience and
That's true.
um,
That's true.
yeah,
Okay,
and
I am being too mean. Yeah, that's true.
no, not really. Like sometimes we never know. Like maybe they just want to have that experience, so they just
Maybe
take
they
up.
need money.
Yeah, that too. We can never know.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes we can never be picky.
Yeah.
Like I think it's a privilege to be able. That's it. I think that's a good point. I think it's a privilege to be able to.
Did you compliment your own
Yeah,
point before
I
you said it?
I did.
And it's like not even a good point.
I didn't even finish my point gitu. Like,
Okay.
I think it is a privilege to be able to pick stuff for yourself. Like
To pick a character you
yeah,
want to portray.
to pick your script. Macam that is a privilege. Like to be able to understand a script or how film works for yourself. Atau macam to be able to have that decision for yourself. Atau macam I feel like it's a privilege. Maybe some people don't have that privilege to understand, hey, maybe this isn't a good script for me to take, or maybe I can decline this. Itu macam maybe some people just don't have that privilege and say, you know what, yeah, I'll take this one. I'll take whatever it is,
That's true.
Yeah.
So I guess that's more of your self-worth as an actress, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
When did you realize that you had self-worth as an actress? Before Bungsu Story, did you have self-worth, Sira?
I think after Bungsu Story, then I realized it. But before, not really, because Bungsu Story.
Just took anything.
Yeah.
I'll be the kitchen cooker. Alright.
I think it's because I learned from rejections. Like before Bungsu Story, I was only just acting on stage, right?
Yep.
And I did audition for the main roles,
Yep.
but I never really got the big roles. Not at least until like at the end lah, like towards my like stage life.
Okay.
I would always like ambitiously take for the really big roles, but like no preparations in hand, not a lot of skills yet. Macam I wasn't prepared for it, but I was only just big little girl, big dreams.
Yep.
But then I learned from my rejections. Okay, why did I not get this role? Then I started to macam learn more. I didn't mind being just a second character. And then lama-lama baru tahu, like I understand. Okay, it actually takes a lot of work if you want to get there.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
No. I think I want to talk about feminism sikit. Macam people say I've talked to I'm not gonna say which writer, tapi this writer katanya, I hate stereotypical women. I want my storylines to be filled with strong women because I don't like feminism. Because I support feminism. And I said to him, feminism is built on girls. They can be anyone they want. What if that girl really wants to be a chef in the kitchen? What if she actually wants to stay in the kitchen? What if she likes to dry clothes up? Some guys like that, some girls like that. So I feel like feminism is the freedom of choice for women to do what they want to do. I think a lot of people may disagree with that, and they say, no, women should be leaders. But like, I guess, right? Tapi, yeah, what do you think about that? What's your idea of feminism for you? As a woman that went through a lot, to be fair. Good questions.
I feel like it's a very tricky question. Even years of like trying to understand or trying to grasp what feminism really means.
Yep.
Like I mean, coming from an ex-literature student as well, like I had to constantly read up about it, or like
Alright,
yeah. So that topic is always there. Macam we have to constantly talk about
okay,
it.
it's recording. Sorry. I thought it wasn't recording. okay, go on. Yeah.
But
So,
yeah, I was never really macam berani to macam, hey, this is what it means, like because I feel like it's always debatable. Macam it's still probably ongoing still. Macam there's a lot of redefinition of what it means, kan?
Yep.
But for me personally, I feel like it's just really finding fighting for equality. That like not even equality macam I want to be above you. I just like let's see eye to eye kind of thing, you know. And then also finally acknowledging macam we are here, we exist as a woman. Macam I feel like it's been years since like you know, the history of like, you know, women being beaten down and that kind of stuff, you know, on and on and on. It's like now it's a more macam that movement is just like, hey, you know what, we've had enough kind of thing. I think that's it.
I think equality is a big thing because whenever girls say you want to be treated the same way men are treated or whatever, and men are gonna, the stupid men, they're gonna say, okay, if it's okay for girls to hit men, then men can hit women. You know, they say that. Kaya, in my opinion, you can't hit anybody. Simple as.
Basically,
You're not meant to hit anybody. And the thing is, for me, I don't just, okay, in terms of social values, I don't just stand for feminism, I don't stand for whatever. I stand for equality for everything. I treat people the same way in terms of race, in terms of rich, poor, apa. Macam, I feel like this is why I don't like the label like I'm a feminism or I'm against racism. I feel like it's okay to say those things, but I feel like everybody should just stand for equality for everything. Yeah, simple as. Okay. Let's move on. Alright. So you mentioned to me that you want to start your own podcast, and that's why I brought you onto this podcast to see how good you are at speaking, and seems so far not bad, right, Wafi? He's like, I'm not even listening, but alright. But yeah, why do you want to start your own podcast?
It was just like an idea that I just pooped out of my ass, you know, like like a poop. It's like, oh,
TMI.
Yeah, like but I'm very wow, podcast idea. Because I feel like I really like listening to podcasts in general. Like I like vlogs. I like listening to people talk, and like I like when people not just like talk about whatever. Just I like how the process of like their process of thinking. You know, macam like it's a fascinating thing lah, and I feel like I would like to be more knowledgeable in a lot of things. I feel like maybe podcast is a good thing. Macam, you know, I can talk to other people or I can talk to myself. Maybe even like
so you're
realizing
planning to
it.
bring guests to your podcast?
Maybe, yeah. But we'll see. I don't know yet. You know, I haven't even started yet. Like it was just like an idea, and I was like, maybe, you know. But I'm always like a bit scared, even like to start vlogging, you know, like it took me a while to macam should I boleh balik satu saja, you know. It's always macam it would be nice, but like you know, but people say just do it, you know, just do it, just start. And I'm like takut.
Well, what's the name of the podcast you're planning?
I don't know yet.
Chilling with Saf.
I don't know.
It's literally the same, chilling with Saf. When though?
So far so great. Lama na do.
So far so great. That's the podcast name.
That was just a joke.
So I was trying to put stuff in there. So never mind. I can't.
Yeah. We'll get back to you.
Okay.
On the title.
Can I be a guest in that?
Yeah, of course.
No. It's alright. Yeah. It's alright. I don't come to people. Tapi yeah. So basically, I want to talk sikit. So podcasts, I feel like the reason why I like podcasts is because, as I always say, there's no wars that start from conversations. Hate comes from assumptions, you know. And I feel like back then, at least, I feel like now not a lot of people care about me. A lot of people didn't like me, and I wish people who didn't like me can come on to this podcast and really like talk to me, because I'm not Hitler, you know. You can convince me to change, and I can learn, and I'm still young. So yeah, apa ni? What's your aim with your podcast though?
What's
your aim?
I feel like to be able to like make meaningful conversations. I feel like I'd be interested to just talk about stuff like, hey, okay, so today, like, no, let's talk about periods. Let's talk about
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. You know, like stuff macam that I personally am also very curious about.
Yeah, I get you. I
Other
get
than
you.
that, macam
And you will curate an audience that is similar to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So people can just like pick and choose. I guess like if they're interested in this topic, then maybe they can listen to that. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's it. Really.
Interesting.
Like meaningful conversations.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good luck. Okay. Okay. Why acting? You already said when. Tapi why? Why is acting a pathway for you?
If it wasn't acting, honestly, not a lot of people know this, but I thought I was gonna be a singer.
Safarah!
Whenever. So I
Gonna
really.
copyright that, yeah. Shakira's just like, nope, yeah. She sang my song, no. Vote the whole podcast.
Yeah, so if it wasn't acting, I thought I was gonna be a singer. I really thought I was gonna be a Bruneian Hannah Montana.
Oh shit!
I don't know what I was
Maybe
thinking.
you could have a show called Safarah Montana
No.
on RTV, bro. It's just a copy of the whole series.
Yeah, itulah. But because I was also brought in for theatre kan, like my teacher in high school, dia cakapnya, hey, are you free this afternoon? Like, let's go to this school and they have an audition for Charlie and Chocolate Factory. And I was like, what? The Willy Wonka show? I was like, okay, that's weird. And then, you know, when it's stage acting, you have to both, do all three, either dance, sing, and act. And then I was like, oh, I can actually sing. So I did. So obviously, like, that was my strength lah, like to sing. But then I didn't know like acting was also something that I really like, you know, because I do watch a lot of shows, like I said, Hannah Montana, like when I was a teenager, and I was like, you know, to be able to act like this chick, it's very macam siok soalnya cerita. So obviously
So you're a big fan of Hannah Montana?
Yeah.
Wait, let's go.
Low key.
Okay, go on.
But yeah, like girl, I mean, when I was a teenager sudah, like I was able to think macam I was being realistic lah, like will I really be able to macam flourish in the music industry? And at that time lagi masih new kan, like right now baru tahu macam flourishing. Dulu at like there wasn't really a lot of people our age that were making music. There was Maria, there was like Seats the band or whatever, you know what
Aziz Harun.
Yeah, Aziz Harun pun macam ujung-ujung cerita, like, but yang dulu-dulu like Maria, you know, she was like our first like really known female singer, pop star kind of thing back then. And that was also really inspiring. But then I thought macam I was being realistic, maybe I wouldn't be able to get to like a Hollywood stage. So I thought like, you know, maybe I could just try acting lah at this. Yeah,
I
so
see.
that's why.
Tapi you know macam that argument macam like, oh, it's not stable now. Tapi I think everything takes a person to take the leap.
Yeah,
you know? Macam I feel like even the music industry now, why it's kind of like it feels more stable, it's because of Aziz Harun.
Yeah. Like
And
someone really macam
did it.
tried it.
Yeah,
you know?
tried it.
Like,
Yeah. Kayaknya for film, Siti Kamaluddin, you know, whether the films are good or whether Aziz Harun's songs are good or not, that's debatable. Tapi they did it.
Yeah.
And macam even for acting on it, there's people like you, people like Wazif, people like, you know, who are taking the leap for the next generation, you know. I think I've asked people this a lot of times. I've always been interested in what people think may happen. What do you think is going to happen to the industry for your point of view?
I think it will really flourish.
Oh shit, you're very hopeful. I don't see that. The
think
amount of shit films in Brunei. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
I love every film. Yes, rather. Good job on your efforts. Yeah. What?
Yeah, I do think it will flourish lah. Like it just needs to take the right amount of macam people with the same goals, you know, and like coming together. Okay, look, what's your goal? And then we have the same goal. Okay, let's work towards that. And then having the same kind of macam way of working, work ethic, that kind of stuff. Like I think the problem with our industry here is like, you know, that statement of people always saying macam, oh, for a Bruneian film, it's kind of good, yeah? Like, I feel like we should stop saying that. I feel like we should start comparing with like people out there, you know,
Yep.
like A24 productions or
Yep.
like you know, whatever. So it's like, how
true.
can we get there? You
Get
know,
there,
if
yeah,
we
that's
if
true.
we keep on comparing with
the shit Bruneian films.
with the like a small pond here in Brunei, I feel like you can only get so far, you know. I think we talk about this like during our film class as well in UBD.
Yep.
It's just, you know, like we're not just trying to compete with each other here, but we're more trying to like bring everybody up there.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
gotta stop trying to have that mentality like, oh, for a Bruneian, then I feel like it's just a macam bare minimum. Like,
Yep.
no, we gotta start comparing ourselves. Like, you
Yep.
know, if we really want to push it further.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm like for Nadia, I'll play a
Yeah.
short second here. Okay, we're back. Like that's for our UBD short film,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And then which I'm like, I'm not proud of it because, in my opinion, it's not a script that is a Syafi Halim script, which I feel like should be good, you know. Tapi if you compare it to the other UBD short films, it was way better than others. No offense to other people, tapi you know, I'm sure everybody agrees. Tapi it's because that we can compare ours to theirs because we have more experience. We had the budget, you know, and they didn't, and
Yeah.
that's why I'm like, there's no point for us to shit
Yeah.
talk about the others. I'm like, oh, we're better than them. Tapi
Yeah. I get
again,
you.
compared to Netflix, Nadia was shit.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I gotta
yeah,
say that.
Yeah.
And this is what I like. So, gonna talk about D, kid. D is Safarah's friend,
Best friend.
best friend. Alright. So yeah, me and D we were watching Sympathy for the first time. So D hasn't watched a lot of Bruneian short films, apa. And then D, a lot of people that watched Sympathy, who were in the industry, they said Sympathy's an 8 or 9 or whatever. You know, they think it's good
Yeah.
because they compared it to the other
Yeah,
Bruneian.
yeah, yeah,
And D
yeah.
said, "Oh, Sympathy is a 7.8
Yeah.
as a standalone," and I was
Yeah.
like, "Yes,
Yeah.
that's what you should rate it on."
Yeah,
ma."
yeah. Standalone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't try to like compare with like in Brunei, Chatuba. You know, it's because what we have here is just sikit. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's not the best, but like so you
Yeah.
cannot compare it to.
Exactly.
Otherwise, we're trying to create much of a mediocre films at
Yep.
the end of the day, kan,
Yep.
which is what we're not trying to do.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you rated Kitani, so basically Safarah watched episode 1 to 6 of
Yeah.
Kitani, and she rated it as a 8. And then, given that we're gonna reshoot, tapi that's the thing, 8 as a standalone and something that we can
Yeah,
improve on.
yeah.
If we compare it to other shit, bruh. Like,
Yeah.
Kitani, no.
Yeah.
Don't even compare. Yeah. Shit. Yeah. It's an insult to compare. Yeah. Tapi, okay, I want to ask you this. So, basically, whenever we watch films, I feel like you're very critical. Sometimes I feel like more critical than me. We're not gonna say
secretly.
to what. Sometimes I'm just like, stop.
I am.
You've
I
been
am
caught
an
me.
Aries
Okay.
anyway.
Oh yeah. Alright, horoscopes. Tapi yeah. Why are Bruneian films shit? Simple as. That's a good question. I don't want to
I
answer. Yeah, I don't want to share my opinions.
I think personally, I talked to somebody about this lah. Like, why is it still like that? Like, why is it macam when you see it, you know it's made by Bruneian. You know it's still macam work in progress. You
Even
know?
Kitani,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can tell.
yeah. Like, not gonna lie, even Bungsu Story, macam when you look at it, you know. It's made by Bruneian. You know, macam it's still work in progress. But if you watch other films like that are obviously not local, macam
There's
then
a
you would have
standard to it.
there's a standard. I feel like it's because obviously like I can't blame on budget, kan, you know, like budget ka equipment atu, like that's a given, right? Like
Yep.
it really makes a difference, macam if you try to compare Atu with other countries, obviously they would have like much more equipment, you know, like we cannot compare.
That's true.
And let's not even forget about the like years of experience that they would have. They have
Yeah.
like film schools, like we only have one film school here, you know, like
Shout out Mahakarya.
yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, but I feel like apart from that, apart from the obvious macam reasons why it would be different, I feel like, or in your words, shit. I feel like it's the
Okay, not shit lah.
Yeah,
Low
like
standard.
mediocre
Mediocre.
or something.
Mediocre at best.
I feel like it's either one, the mentality that we have here, maybe also two, the work ethic we have here, and then three, I feel like the third one, the third one is a very important one. I feel like it's we rush it. Yeah. When we think of something, we rush it. Like, we're like, hey, this is an idea I have. Like, okay, let's write it down. But then we don't really take the time to bana process it. Like, macam, how can we write this story? How can we... And I feel like sometimes the stories here in Brunei, macam, it lacks depth. You know, like the characters lacks depth. Like, it's always just stereotypical, macam, oh,
You mean depth?
mom. Depth, yeah.
Yeah, I think people kind of likes death. Yep. People need to die. Yeah.
Depth. DEPTH.
Yeah. So yeah, characters like depth.
Yeah, macam, oh, there's a girl and then her best friend. Oh, okay, cliche. Or like, oh, there's a guy that she just met. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, there's a mom. There's a dad. It's a very cliche.
Don't even
But
like, oh, mom abusive. Yep. Tapi
okay.
why is the mom abusive? We don't know.
Yeah.
She's just a bad person.
Yeah, you know it. So when you take your time to create that storyline, even if it takes you 5 years, even if your idea was great, maybe the best advice I could give, I guess, to really take your time to make it. You know, like, don't rush it, because like no one's pressuring you. You know what I mean? Like, the more time you prepare to create that film, I feel like it will be amazing. I feel like all Bruneians should really just like take a pause and like take your time. You know, and I feel like no one's rushing each other, and I'm very hopeful anyway that we will flourish. So I feel like, just take your time, because sometimes I feel like, like the overall charita is good, but sometimes I feel like, you know, if they were to fix this, this line or this script, macam, this plot or this character, macam, it could have been even more. You know,
That's true.
That's it.
When I said that you're so hopeful, I wouldn't say that I'm not hopeful. Tapi it's just that in terms of, that's the thing, a lot of the problems is writing. Yeah. And for me, a lot of my problems is production, because I'm so shit with production. Tapi yeah, in terms of writing, I've talked to a few writers. I don't want to say it, actually. No, I don't want to say it. Never mind.
Cutsy.
I should say it. Most of them, I've always said this. Dumb people think they're smart, that's why they don't learn. Smart people think they're dumb, that's why they learn. And a lot of writers here in Brunei think they're smart. That's why they stop learning. And they think their style of writing is so amazing, so unique.
I get it.
Shit. It doesn't create any art.
I feel like that's a really good point. Even for me as an actress, I feel like I need to constantly remind myself, hey, look, you are not the best. Even if deep down I know, like, I think I'm good at what I do, but I feel like what keeps you going, or you know, it's just a really good atula, like, way of thinking for yourself. Macam, you cannot think that you are the best yet. You have to constantly want to keep learning. You know, as a director ka, film actor ka, producer ka, actress ka. You know, like, if we really all collectively macam want to still learn, I think we can get there. You know. We will fail if we macam, no, I'm already good at this, so you don't want to learn, and then macam you just stay in that plateau. You know, like,
that's true.
You're not going up.
So you could be talented, tapi if you don't learn,
exactly.
Macam,
you have to be able to macam be open to, like, oh, you have suggestions, like, okay, I'll take it. Then you can grow. You know. Kalau indah macam you're just there.
Legit. Macam, you know Maman kan? He literally is like, he has monopoly of music videos. It's just like, music videos go to Maman, everybody. So honestly, he doesn't even need to improve, because nobody is close to him. Tapi like almost all of his music videos, he comes to me and he's like, okay, Syafi, I need you to criticize. And he literally, whenever I criticize apa, he listens. And that's what people I like. You know? And then that's the thing, like, in terms of writers, that's why it's hard, because writers, they need that ego. You need ego to be a writer, because if you don't have ego, you'll give up on the story. You gotta be a bit delusional to think, like, yes, my story is so good, I'm gonna write about this for 2 whole months. If you're not confident, I feel like a lot
wouldn't write it.
after a week you're gonna give up. Like Zainal, Zainal gives up too easily. Zainal, if you're listening, that's why. So you need ego at the top. Also, you need a bit self-awareness and not too much ego to be able to listen to others.
Honestly, the best writers I know out there, like I'm not gonna mention any name lah as well, like because this person macam is still thinking about like creating the film, tapi macam I like this person always has good ideas, but I was like, okay, why don't you just write it down then? Why don't you just create your script? This person is really macam takut, like so takut that macam this person really macam inda mau ruin the whole thing. Like they will take their time, they'll think about it benar-benar macam, no, let me think about it benar-benar baru tak I'll write it down. Like to that point, you know. It's not macam, you know what, I think this is good, and then like they're
so again, as you said, like people should take their time, but at the same time people should start.
Macam that ground. There's a middle ground there.
Why don't you write?
Because I honestly don't think. See, there's the insecurity there. Macam I don't think.
Because you can criticize.
Yeah, I can criticize, and I feel like deep down, I honestly do. I think I can visualize like a good film, like in my head, like, oh, if I were to make my own, macam how would I want it to be? Like I have it there, but like to be able to execute it on paper, and then it takes a lot of skill, you know, to write it down in that way. I feel like, I'm really scared.
So do you think you could be a good director but not a writer?
I don't know.
Because I'm actually interested to see you direct, because okay, we'll talk.
Have we reached the 1 hour mark?
About you don't have
I don't have the technical skill yet. I feel even though that's a lie. Actually, like I learned that stuff from school, but like
you don't have the interest in it.
No, I do actually. Okay. It's just takut kali. I don't know.
Tapi macam apa ni? So talking about you directing, so you directed a documentary about domestic violence. Can you pull it up? I think I don't mind playing the first minute of it at least.
Domestic violence cases are no stranger to countries around the world. And Brunei is no exception. However, due to cultural and religious matters, it is not often talked about publicly, and rather victims are usually shunned and silenced. In this documentary, we will explore and interview victims and experts on this issue. Tell me, what was your first recollection of abuse of any kind?
I have a few, but I think the one that I remember is by my own relative that I was living with before.
First recollection was, I think ever since I was 6.
Yeah, so even for this documentary, like you directed it, I think you did well, and you had a vision up, and I think you kind of delivered the vision, in my opinion. So
the vision bit, see, you know what I mean? Like, but technical, much I'm like, I really need to learn more.
That's the thing. You don't need to learn. I don't know shit about technical, you know.
But you do though. Like, you know which shots or what it's called. You know what I mean? If you were to ask me, like, if we were to have a trivia right now, I probably wouldn't know all of it.
All right, that's
true. Like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah. But sometimes directors just need a vision, and you need a good cinematographer to.
DOP.
Yeah, DOP. But for this one, Jua, like, you literally, it says victims are shunned and silenced, and we got a kind of tip, which I'm like, okay, we can't really include that person in the documentary because of the law. So let's close the topic on. Let's close this podcast with a short topic about domestic violence. What do you want to say about it? I'll just leave this floor to you. You can say whatever you feel like saying.
You can ask me questions. Like, what do you want me to talk about?
So why do you want to make a documentary on domestic violence?
I made that mini documentary because I am a victim of domestic violence myself.
We can't say who, right?
Yeah. and I'm not shy about it, nor do I want to hide it. I feel like the main reason why I made that documentary as well was because I feel like it really is something that we should really just start talking about. And I'm really tired of macam people or the system failing us in that way. People like me, and is it mati? Yeah, like we just really need to talk about it. And I feel like making that documentary as such will create an awareness on the topic. And I feel like people, the abusers, probably just need to be educated more, and like apart from macam how they were raised lah, no?
Yeah. Okay, again, let's close this podcast on this advice. What advice would you give to victims? Tissue, Wafi.
Yeah.
Let's get the shot.
I
Yeah.
feel-
Okay, close up. Yeah. Sorry. Jokes. Alright, go on. Serious.
Yeah.
This is a serious topic.
I
I'm
don't-
getting cancelled for this. Alright. Okay,
I don't really have an advice, honestly, because everybody is going through different things, which I may not personally understand what they're going through. They might not personally understand what I'm going through. So I feel like just be loving and gentle and strong for yourself, because at the end of the day, all we have is ourselves. Like, and don't be shy to surround yourself with people that you really love, that people that loves you back, you know. And don't be alone in this. Kalau hindi, it will, you know, put an effect on you. That's all, I think. And don't be shy to ask for help and stand your ground. Yeah. Yeah.
Bless. Alright.
Bless.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm doing this.
Let's end this with a plug. Do you have anything you want to plug?
I don't have a plug. Oh, watch Kitani, please. Coming soon.
Alright, that's a plug, I guess.
Oh, don't forget to watch Kitani, coming very soon on Progressive Media. It will be very entertaining and
I will be very entertaining.
for people to watch. Yes. Also,
Your
I would like
podcast.
to. Oh yeah, my podcast.
If it
I don't
ever
know
comes.
if ever comes, I will let you guys know. If not, there goes my dream. But yeah, I also, before I go, I think thank you for having me.
You're
Woots,
welcome.
woots. Also, I would like to apologize if I ever said anything that is, you know, offensive or wrong to people. Like, I may not know. So yeah, that's all.
Don't apologize. Be unapologetically Saf. That should be the podcast name. Unapologetically Saf.
Oh my god.
Alright. Okay, that's it. Thank you for
Woo,
watching.
thank you.
Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye bye. Thank you, Safarah.
Bye.
Bye bye. Alright. I'm cutting that.